Okay, I thought I'd make this video because I've had so many frustrations. My computer, over the years, it's a bit old, but it's an i7 and it works probably quite sort of fast compared to most other computers. But I use it a lot for editing, so I do 3D modeling and video editing. And then it started getting to a point that I just started cutting out with simple tasks. And I had the CPU, the paste put onto the CPU. That didn't seem to help. I then went through the process of putting on applications that would manage the fan and everything. But what happened is when I work on two screens, so on the laptop, it's an Asus laptop, so when I work on it and on the other screen, I make the sort of Samsung bigger screen my working area. Then when it used to start showing that it's going to want to switch off while I'm just basically opening a video or YouTube video to look at the video, then the other screen would start to sort of go dim and bright, and just cuts out. And I've tried 1,000,001 stuff. I've watched so many videos. And I came across this one guy's video where he went through the same problem, but that was on a desktop, and eventually landed up on the point of sorting the power supply out. Now my laptop, for as long as I can remember it, the battery went very quickly, so it just runs directly off the power. It has a bit of residual power energy in the battery, because sometimes when I unplug it, it would run for a minute or two and then totally conk out. But the electric power in there should keep it going. So I went through settings with power management, loading apps to try and manage all this, and really it was getting very frustrating. When I was doing even with SketchUp, I just opened up my Inkscape renderer. I didn't even get to open it fully. Thing would bomb out. Camtasia, I couldn't do any of the tutorials anymore because the screen recording was causing this to bomb out. Okay, enough of those problems. What was the solution? I followed this guy's advice and I went to, we've got a Chinese shop here nearby, the general store, and I went to go check out for a power supply. Now I wasn't going to invest in the replacement. This was it. This is the original. This is the Asus charger. And this thing was a 19 volt and I think 3 amps or something. So I kind of knew what I had to get. It had to be 19 or 20 volts and 3 amps or whatever was written. I can't remember exactly and I can't see too nicely. So I knew that I was going to try and replace this. I went to the guys and I was asking the guys to assist. And I was a bit in the dark because I wasn't sure, whether I'm going to get the right thing. But they have a great policy. So this place is called Bala Bala. They're here in Jeffreys Bay, which, for those of you who don't know, is on the southern tip of South Africa. It's on the coast area. It's one of the surfing meccas for guys from all over the globe. But anyhow, at the shopping mall, I went to go and asked the guys for something to replace this. So they started off getting me a kind of, look-alike Chinese replacement with the settings. But then the one guy suggested, why not take this unit? So this is the unit. It doesn't actually have a name. The name is Went Over the World USB. So it's very Chinese labeling. It is termed as a power inverter. Okay, so this is it, and it went for 270 Rand. I would rather take a chance here, and I would be able to take it back because they have that policy, a really, really cool company. But rather than going for a 901 from a computer shop, and they would usually give hassles on returning stuff. So I got hold of this, and it's really neat. So it's got these adapters in here, so one of them will fit your computer, and it's got multiple modes. Now the cool thing about it is I have it plugged in inside on my computer, so it's a box like this, and it's got multiple sort of settings, so it can go from 5 volt, 12 volt, 9 volts, 20 volts, 25 volts, and so forth, which is so cool. I was a bit anxious, but I put it onto the 19 volts, chose the right sort of plug, put it in, and started up the unit. Okay, so this box, let me just see here. Oh, here we have it. I should have just shown you. So these are the adapters, and this is the one that fitted over here. So the cool part here is that you don't buy a unit like that and find out that the plug is too big or too small. But yes, the crunch of the story is that I ultimately put it on and I started using the thing. Life-changing for me. I now can screen record, I can do Camtasia edits, I can go into DaVinci Resolve, do production edits, my 3D modeling program can open up. Things have just come back to normal. I don't have any more of the dimming of the screen. So my analysis of this is, if you're having your laptop or your desktop and you're finding constantly the power is cutting out, you know, if it's like mostly guys who are doing media editing find this problem. If you're just working in spreadsheets and that, you probably wouldn't notice it too much. But as soon as the processor kicks in the battery, I think what's happening is that the graphics card, the processor, everything is requiring sort of battery power. And you can go into Control-Alt-Delete and see the taskbar. And you'll see when you open up programs, it will show you power. They're usually in that window, power consumption. And if that's constantly turning red, your programs, your graphics card, everything is requiring power. And if your adapter or your transformer is not managing it, and I think mine just started getting a bit old, couldn't manage it, it basically would just conk in all the time and shut down. It's to protect whatever's left there. So changed it. My life's changed. I've got my computer working again, and I saved myself a couple of $1,000 on having it replaced, and I can function now. So hopefully that helps you to get maybe a solution for yourself. I know this video is not on the actual technical thing of what plugs in where and everything, because everybody's sort of problem is unique. I don't prescribe that this is the solution for everyone. This is just my experience with it and how it's helped me. So laptop, change the power supply, and I'm using the variable one, put it on, and now it's functioning for me. And this is, I can say it's literally after probably about 5 months of total frustration, taking it in to have it, you know, pads put onto the CPU, checking, disabling graphics cards, doing just about everything in the world. What I was starting to do is with clients' work, I start rendering, gets halfway, it bombs out, and then I try and work, render a little piece, render another piece, join them. Oh, became a nightmare. At least now this is sorted out. So give it a bash, and you might find out that it's just a power supply that is what is needed in that case. So yeah, be blessed, have a great day, and shalom to all of you.